This is the Sim Pit. I'm Michi Hoyer, and we're here for the Formula SimRacing Round 7 Spa Francochamps installation laps. We're already sitting in the server. If you want to join me, if you want to test the car just right beforehand, feel free to do so. Open your rFactor to look for formula-simracing.net #1, which is the server. There's no password on it. We got the weekend fully refreshed and reloaded. It's still the old track version of last year. However, there is not going to be changing a lot. For this race, we got super soft, the soft, and the medium available. So we take out the car. Let's say in the soft. Sorry guys, in the soft compound. Gonna put maximal brake pedal force. And because of a video I just took, my field of view was completely broken. Anyway, we're sitting in the car, it's default setup. Now we're gonna take this out. And just because of that video I also have turned off literally everything that was visible. So you guys can kind of get that, what I was doing. Actually, I enjoy myself so much being back here. This racetrack is definitely one of the greatest ever built, one of the most prestigious, and mainly one of the most fun to drive around. Track is clean, as you can see, no grip really whatsoever. We're still on a default set, and as you guys know, Spa Francochamps is a very unique track. Got some very interesting setup possibilities. You know, this sector 1 and 3 is so much straight, so much flat out, not a lot of corners, so that is where you want to have minimum downforce. However, the second sector where we are right now, a lot of corners, as you can see, mainly chicanes, but all have the float, the floatiness to make this racetrack a really fluid one. Good evening to you, Joris, and fellow people here watching the stream. Thank you for joining in. Once again, it's not going to be that long of a big show, but we're just taking around the car, see for any big malfunctions or any big glitches. First DRS zone, that DRS works. Into turn 1 for tools. Interestingly, there is a river around Spa Francochamps, and the river is right here, below that point on the foot of Eau Rouge. That is the river. Interestingly, not called Eau Rouge or whatever, but second DRS zone, by the way, is called Razor. So the river that's floating at the bottom of the track while coming from the top of the racetrack, having the same name. Completely outbroke myself. So there's a bump into this turn. You know, all those laps are generally about getting used to this specific version of Spa. You know, you have 8 or 9 different versions. Some have similar characteristica, like there might be a train on this inside here. No, not in that. You know, there's a track version of Spa Francochamps where curves of this corner where we just went through are some sort of bend towards the inside, where you will have like something like a water drain like this. Yeah, you really had to work around with the setup in order to be able to ride the curves. So that's the issue about that. Moving on about the sounds. I think that should make it work. So let's try for a good lap around here. Into turn 1, La Source. Outbroke myself. And spinning around. To be fair, it's not really worth taking any weird setups out here or any weird changes. So what we're going to do is already pointing up the car for the race, and as I said, you want to have very low wings, so that's what we're going to try today. Radiator can put it on 4, long enough straights here. Suspension wise, a Formula 1 car wants always to be very soft in the rear end, so usually the rear end is a lot softer than the front end, so that is why we change all those values to make the car very soft in the rear. Thank you, by the way, for noting me on the sound. And with all those changes, especially with the wing changes, I forgot to set the final drive. I think we're aiming at 340 at least, and we're gonna try it around here. So I have my button box right here. I'm gonna put boost 2 and the engine mix 7, and then we see how fast the car can go in that configuration. Usually there's so much downforce on this type of cars that Eau Rouge still should be flat out no problem. It isn't, as it seems. Nevertheless, DRS wide open. Hitting the limiter. So just want to go back to the garage in order to have some more adjustments on the car. I think this wing is definitely a click too low. However, the final drive has not been long enough. I mean, remember we are on race fuel, so in quali fuel conditions the car should run 2 or 3 kph quicker despite the heavy weight. So we ask for pit stop, and once I'm some sort of satisfied with the track, I'm gonna put in 2 or 3 quick laps. Gonna do minor adjustments on the setup, but mainly do a track presentation to you guys. Not gonna be a long show, as I said, probably about 30 minutes in total. Since I can understand it's not the biggest way of interest. However, whoa, that is so damn bumpy. I do like streaming something about FSR because I cannot actually do the actual testings. So there you go. So I found it a bit too low on the wings. Still want to have a click longer, or maybe even 2 clicks longer on the final drive. Car otherwise felt fine, so it's just simply go again. Coming out of the pits. Having a look whether this is working better now. Down towards the Rouge. And we take it flat out this time. Cold tires also might be a problem here. Fair enough, that works fairly well. Let's see about the top speed. The DRS is wide open, 335 we had last time. 338, and completely outbraking ourselves, obviously. But yeah, that is some kind of testing you need to do in order to be fine for the race. Jory, sadly I not have been at Spa yet. However, I heard about that massive rainfalls that we had last week. Completely floats in the paddock. As we have our first entrant on the public server. Todor is here. Quick reads. Then we want to have a look what is able in full fuel. So he's asking whether this is race pace. Clearly not yet, but I'm trying to show him by just doing a quick lap. So we did a 1:55.2. And I'm pretty sure, double shift, we can do quicker than that. Let's see what the first sector time is telling us. Do not use DRS since it's race pace, hitting nearly 310. Coming along fairly nice to that camel chicane. Bit off the line though in turn 7. Same goes for turn 8. Yeah, I need to get used to the low downforce setups. Never had such low wings throughout the season. Nevertheless, we're 0.6 of a second quicker in sector 1. I think we might lose something in sector 2. Not riding that curve. Oh, did I say lose? I'm sorry. Haven't seen his message there, to be fair. Too much focusing going on the actual lap. So 2.7 seconds. We're up. More coming forward towards bus stop chicane. And across the line in a 150 0.58. So get 5 seconds quicker. Can we do it even quicker though? Maybe with a better exit out of this corner we could have had a good run. Well, let's see what happens. Tyres clearly warmed up now. A bit more pressure into the tyre. Probably not bottoming out that much. Into camel chicane. We can improve a lot on the line into turn 7 by not going too wide out of this chicane. There you go. Found a good 210s, I would say, if done right. They tied to hit through turn 8. Saves us another 10. And goes too wide here. And this is actually an FSR feature, the gravel trap here, and I have to say I like it. Because by that, the FSR administration makes sure track limits are adhered to. And if you go wide, you simply punish yourself rather than gaining anything from it. No, Agnes, I have not driven the RSS Formula Hybrid on Assetto Corsa yet. Well, I have done it on the Sim Racing Expo as I was sitting in the Wave Italy or the Evotech F1 sim. However, with that much shaking going on, I really couldn't compare to this car right now, and obviously it is like a few months past already, so I would have to try it, but unfortunately I do believe I do not have the car on Assetto Corsa there. Anyway, going down towards the Rouge 10th up. Can we not do a mistake and maybe have another clean lap in? Before then, taking some final adjustments, and I do a proper track presentation for you guys. Wow, sliding in around turn 7. Into turn 8 we go. Stick to the inside. Use all that track available there. Oops. Yeah, I think I'm overheating the tires a fair bit. Just on the exit curb out of Pujol. There we go. Even a better exit now on the second back straight towards the bus stop chicane. Launching more full throttle, no problem whatsoever. Late on the brakes for bus stop. Too late probably. Still, we kinda rescue and save a 4.5 tenths, not just 4 tenths into the finish. Grinding on the curb. Right now learning a lot of things about the characteristic of this actual track. Which curves can you ride, which curves you can't ride, where are the bumps where you have to maybe sneak the setup around, where are the braking points, which kind of corners you need to attack, which kind of corners you need to sit and wait, where is the flow. Wow. I want to look at that at the replay, that's for sure. So yeah, right now the rear end is completely lit. Still gaining a little bit on the lap. Can we do Pujol a bit quicker? By being on the apex, yes, got it done. Completely thrown it away. So you see it, a little mistake costs you a good second there, so it is no point pushing too hard into Pujol and going wide on the exit. Definitely want to have the slow in, fast out strategy attached here. So we go for another pit stop, do final adjustments before I take you out for a hot lap. So unfueling the car, putting it into qualifying conditions. Oh, that line needs to be adhered to in the race, that is for sure. So pit entry rules apply. Alright, even in the pit box there are some different grounds. So, there you go. Let's see whether the gearbox is enough then. As we take out the fuel of the car, take the super soft tire, and then I talk you around while doing a little qualifying attempt. Stories, I have seen a real life picture of someone standing down in Eau Rouge and having a shot up Radillon, and Jesus, that elevation, like 20-25%. It's so massive, it's so impressive, it's ridiculous to say the least. So as you have seen on the soft tire right now, we could have achieved a 149.656 on a very basic set. However, with turning the car into boost 2, into qualifying boost, into the maximum engine power, I expect to be like 6 to 7 seconds quicker. Not because of the tire, but very much because of the engine power and the low weight. So we're gonna have a fairly interesting run coming up. Well, that takes us towards the end of the stream. So the race is coming up on Sunday, 17th of June, with Pro starting 1200, A starting 1500, and WC starting 1800 GMT into the races. Gonna be 33 laps for Ace and Pro, 44 for WC. Warming up the brakes, turning up the engine volume, the engine power, and enabling qualifying boost. And we try to have a good run out of the final turn. DRS zone, into turn 1, right hand hairpin, lost towards. Bit of the apex. Coming out the exit, very important because you need so much speed going down into a rouge in qualifying conditions, flat out, no problem. 320 kilometers an hour. DRS open for the second time. Gonna hit the 340. There we go. Camel chicane. Turn 7 coming up into the slide a bit, running a bit wide, doing a Vettel there almost. Turn 8, need to be so patient here because downhill right-hander. No name corner, also known as turn 9. Once again carry all the speed, most famous part apart from the Rouge, Pujol. Fairly nice this time around here. The speed, the car is so enjoyable into that chicane, 11 and 12. Before we go a bit too wide into 13. Once again need to make up all the speed on this exit, flat out towards the second part of the pit, the back, way back to start finish line. Coming up Blanchimont, 325, holy moly, and smash the brakes. The bus stop chicane. Need to be so patient before maxing out the power. No, we spin. Well, there you go, you saw it though. 7.2 seconds quick. I'm actually triggered. I'm triggered. So maybe without all the mumbling and all the speaking, we could achieve something better. Unknown Race Driver 96, this is the FSR 2018 mod, which is also available on the Steam Workshop. Just subscribe to it and you will always receive the latest updates on liveries, teams, car names and stuff like that. Right now it's version 105 out of the car, so can enjoy that. Alright, 7.24 seconds, that is the target we want to meet at the end of the qualifying lap at bus stop chicane to carry it over the line, ditching into the 42s then I believe. So Tudor is giving out his first thoughts about race pace, 47.2, 147 low. I think that could be considered the pace for Ace. I think that the WC guys should be a second up due to the weight. Remember, it's a 7 kilometers long track. I hope to not fuck up Las Tours again. However, Pujol was pretty much nailed, so yeah, you will see. Warming up the brakes, putting the car in qualifying condition. Alright, we still go. Take this at little disadvantage at the beginning. Whoa, the rear end is all over the place. No, we're not gonna do 7.2. Actually, I want to do a quick clean lap. Can it actually be the case? So you guys have seen that this car is rather challenging, you know. Definitely there's something in the setup, that's for sure. I mean, we're still out on a very basic set. So if you want to take this car out fairly quick, It's better you have some knowledge on it. And I'm pretty sure after the season we're able to get out the one or other setup guide for this car. At the minute though, pension is very tight in FSR with the German Grand Prix just has been yesterday. And ACR Saxby was able to finish 2nd and 4th, with me being in 4th. A little bit disappointed in the end. Imagined to be a little bit better. But nevertheless, we take the good points back in P1 in the Constructors' Championship. And so we enjoyed yesterday's race at least a bit. However, it was another missed opportunity after locking up the first row for the grid in qualifying. So that is a bit of a sad story to have lost out another win, but it's definitely there are a lot of suspense going on. The fight with Musto was ever so close, and yeah, we're trying our best in order to achieve better results. Alright, for the very last time, you know, best of 3. It's going to be the 3rd one probably. I think that was by far best turn one I did, looking at all the laps. Alright, we're going to focus for the remainder of the track now. Oh, for God's sake. Alright, we're gonna leave it here. I'm just too stupid. You guys see what the car is able to do on comparing sector. I haven't done a good 3rd sector yet. I just want to look up that one massive slide on the go with the race fuel. Still being put in with the medium tire. Was it here? Kinda do not believe it. Was that? Nope. There was one big moment I definitely wanted to look at. Was it that? No, I don't think so. Nope. Bear with me for a second. I think you guys are pretty sure of what that it is. You don't want to have a car behaving in that corner like this. Wow. Look at the drifting angle. Pretty much rally style around there. Possibly looks very good from the onboard too. Just putting back the field of view again. Yeah, pretty much a power slide through that turn. So yeah, it's gonna be an interesting race coming up in 2 weeks time. So save the date, 17th of June. That is when the Belgium Grand Prix around Spa Francochamps is taking place in the Formula SimRacing season 2018. As we meet the gravel trap for another time here. And if you guys want to take out the car for a spin, look on the Steam workshop for the Formula SimRacing car 2018. I think it's called FSR 2018, that is. Yes, unknown race driver. I'm gonna see and look whether there is a link to it. So nevertheless, that's it for the minute from here. So we minimize and we leave the track. I'm sorry that I could not answer Tudor right now because I'm looking for the mod for you guys in the workshop. So there's the Steam workshop. FSR 2018, we're gonna look for that. Nope. Maybe it's... I haven't looked it up for a long time. So there you go. Formula SimRacing 2018. That is the actual official mod. I'm just gonna copy the link. Send it here into... Bang, that was the wrong one. Send it into the chat. So for you guys, that is the race, or the link towards the workshop of rFactor 2 for the Formula SimRacing car. We'll also put that into the description of the link. Steam workshop. There you go. I take care of that. That is updated. And that's going to bring it towards the end of the show. Today there is more racing to come on the Sim Pit. So join the Sim Pit or Sean Cole himself for another edition of Monday Fun Day, as known as being Wreckfest, with the Patreon group of the Sim Pit. This is going to take place 6 PM Pacific Standard Time, which is 3 AM here in Germany, so I'm not going to be aware for that. Unknown Race Driver, the Spa track, can be found on the website of formulasimracing.net. However, if you want to join the Formula Sim Racing server, you're going to get the track automatically downloaded into your rFactor 2 library. Anyway, guys, that's it from me for now. If you have further questions, feel free to put them in the chat. I'm going to answer them fairly quick. Other than that, stay tuned on the channel for Wreckfest to come up in 6.5 hours time from now. And thank you very much for being here, guys. This is the Sim Pit. I'm Michi Hoyer, and I see you guys out on track.